What's up, y'all? It's Silent the Big Band Boom. Back with some information for today. Uh, Peace to the ones that are aware of who they are. Uh, yeah. Today, I'm going to be talking a little bit about learning and understanding your element. A lot of people, like I talk a lot about the zodiac signs and the energies of them, right? A lot of people don't know their element. And this is the cause to why a lot of people develop these uh, psychological uh, categories of, you know, narcissism, being bipolar, right? Being a deceiver, and all these old type of different categories of psychology. Right? When you don't know your element and don't know what your element is responsible for, you would tend to just behave and act in any type of manner that you feel is best, right? Because you don't know what kind of combination of matter that you are. Because you got to understand these elements represent who you are. You are the element. You came here to be that element alone. So you have to balance the element. You have to understand what the element works with. Right? So this is why when you looking into zodiac signs, they tell you what zodiac signs have a lot in common. Okay, a fire element will probably have something in common with an air element. A water element will probably have something in common with an earth element. Right? As above, so below. They have something in common, right, because of the certain energy that it carries. Right? So below earth, right? So you got the earth element, and then you got the water. Water is a part of the earth. And then you got air. Air is above us. Air is within us, but it's also above us in the sky. Then fire is above us. We have fire within us, which is called a soul. Right? So everything is above, so below. So what's above us is what's within us. And what's within us is what's above us. See what I'm saying? So for us as people, we don't understand the spiritual essence of who we is and what we have within us. So this is why we tend to lack the understanding and the knowledge of our own selves. Right? If you a water sign, if you a air sign, you a great thinker. You know how to think, but you have great intuition. That means you know how to listen to your highest self, your highest version of you. Right? Like my nephew, today is his birthday. Shout out to my nephew. Uh he a Pisces. My mother told me that he loves water. I understand why he loves water, because his element is water, Pisces. So that means he already have a knowing and the knowledge of his element. Right? And he only 4 years old today. So that means he already kind of know what he is. Right? But he just going to have to gradually uh, tune more into his element, right? From his own understanding from a knowledge standpoint, because he already got the physical standpoint down, but now he going to have to duplicate that into here, into his mind. And then that's when everything going to line to knowing what he already is, right? So, you learning and understanding your element and the knowledge of it, it's important because it represents who you are at all points. At all points, it represents who you are. Because like I said in my last video, and like Rod Hayes had told you, you're not just one zodiac. You represent different energies combined into one. Right? So, like a Leo, I told you the Leo is a fire element, but the Leo is also a earth element because a lion walks on earth. Right? So you will balance a fire and you will balance the earth. Just like the Sagittarius. You balancing off of fire and then you balancing off of earth. That's why when you looking at the Sagittarius, they show you a man that has he has the body of a horse, right? But he has the head of a human, right? So he's part human and then he's part horse. So they tell you about the fire element. They tell you that the fire element is a connection with earth as well. They're telling you about it. So he part fire and then he's a part of earth. Right? So he balancing. He bouncing off the two. Right? These is the things that a lot of us don't look over. Because like I say in a lot of my videos, we don't see the purpose. What's the purpose of me knowing my element? What's the purpose of me knowing zodiacs? Because like I said, a lot of motherfuckers are scared of their own zodiac. Oh, I'm a Pisces, but I don't believe in that. Fuck, you don't believe in it. It's your own element. It's your own zodiac. What are you talking about you don't believe in it? You know, because people believe in that Christianity shit, you know, so you can't really get no understanding to them because they think everything bad. But we overlook things about ourselves, right? And we tend to become closed-minded. So you get people out here that be like, oh yeah, Pisces, y'all like this. Leos, y'all like this. Aries, y'all like this. Aquarius, why y'all act like this? Why Leos act like this? Right? People tend to build their own perceptions of zodiac signs because they've been around them. Right? So in some case they paying attention to the zodiacs, but they still don't understand the energetic connection. Right? And why these certain zodiacs have different emotions and they carry themselves in a certain manner. Right? But they pay attention though to certain shit that they do. Right? Because when you partake the energy of the zodiac sign, you get the good of the zodiac sign, and you can get the bad of the zodiac sign if you don't balance it correctly. Right? Like you have some zodiac signs that if they're not balanced correctly, they could be the worst zodiac signs to be around. Right? Because you balancing the element. Right? So, say for a water element, if you don't balance the water element correctly, it's going to start raining. Right? So, like people say, oh, cry me a river. Right? So you just filled with a lot of emotions, right? And you don't know how to control them, right? Okay? Say you fire element, right? If you don't balance your element correctly as a fire element, you're going to always be into some shit. You're going to try to burn every motherfucker that you come in contact with, right? Because you don't understand the power of your element. An air element, you may tend to always feel like you right and you have the say so and you know everything when you don't know shit. Right? So you gonna take the positives of the elements, but you also gonna take the negatives as well. That's why everything is a balance. That's all I'm saying. It's all a balance. So you have to learn the power of it. Learn the power of your element. Learn what your element is about. Because it means something. It means something way bigger than what you think. Learn your zodiac. Learn it. Understand it. Because it's going to make things a lot more easier for yourself. It's going to make it a lot more easier. Because a lot of people tend to think that some zodiac signs are more advanced than other zodiac signs. That's not necessarily true. Ain't no zodiac sign really more advanced than the other zodiac signs because we all represent all the four elements. You gotta remember that. Right? So there's no element that's gonna be more powerful or more better than the other element. Right? Because we don't just represent one element, we gonna represent more than one element. So the thing about it is mastering your element, learning your element, but also learning other elements. Learning the power of the energy of them, the frequency of them. Once you learn that and put everything together, this is when you're going to understand the power of manifestation, the power of how everything around you got created. Because everything around you is a reflection of yourself. Right? You have to go past, like I say, like a lot of us teachers tell you, you have to go past the physical. Go past this idea that you are the body. You are not the body. You have to go past that. See yourself in a higher view. That's what you have to do. Everything that you think is something that's just illusion, no, it ain't no illusion. That shit real. Some of us is here to represent the power and the science of honesty. Some of us is here to represent the power and the science of wisdom or discipline, right? Or loyalty. Some of us here have different set of skills that we're here to express amongst our people and amongst the planet and amongst ourselves. So whatever power you have to express, that's what you do. But it's understanding yourself first and understanding how to use your power correctly. That's gonna make it what it is. Because I talk a lot about the modern day motivational speakers, right? I don't like motivational speakers because I feel like a lot of them are full of shit. They talk all this shit about people being fat and not having abs and all this shit and not looking the way they think they should look. They talk all that shit, but they act like they shit don't stink. They act like they ain't never been fucked up before. Everybody be fucked. Ain't nobody perfect. Nobody perfect. Everybody is fucked up. See, the thing about it is, a lot of people do things based on their ego, but they try to consider it like, oh, I have to better myself. Okay? Think of it like this. If you have abs, if you the strongest motherfucker in the world, when you get there, what's going to happen after that? Once you become the strongest motherfucker in the world. What's going to happen after that? Is that going to bring you spiritual spiritual understanding? Is it gonna bring you wisdom, or you just want to be a strong motherfucker? What is it gonna bring you? Is that something that you really need? Do you really need to have abs? Do you really need to be a in shape motherfucker? Is that how you feel about yourself? Is that something you use it for spiritual development, or is that just your ego? It may be just your ego disguising itself as you becoming a better person. Your body frame don't resemble to you becoming a better person. It's your mind that make you a better person. Cause you got motherfuckers that's in shape like a motherfucker, but they some assholes, ignorant motherfuckers, dickheads. Then you got motherfuckers that's overweight that be the nicest people you will come in contact with. So it don't got nothing to do with your body frame and what niggas think is the real shit in their head. It's it's just morally you understanding what's meant for you and what ain't meant for you. Cause everybody build their own perception of what they think shit should be. Everybody got their own perception. That don't mean everybody perception of what they feel is wrong, but that don't mean that everybody perception of what they feel is right. But everybody has their own perception. What you feel for the world around you and for yourself is what's going to seem true to you because that's what you feel. All right? And that's just, that's just what it is. All right? But I'm just saying, learning yourself and developing that energy within you, like we talk about with the elements, is what you should be focusing on to understand yourself more. Right? Because a lot of people cannot control their emotions. A lot of people have problems controlling it. When things go bad, people always tend to react. You don't always have to react to something. We think the cool shit is to react, but no, that ain't always the cool shit. Because if you always reacting to everything that happens in your life or reacting to what someone says to you, that just shows you have a lack of self-discipline. Right? And you don't have no self-control. Because everybody gonna say something. It's just the world we live in. Everybody has trauma. Hurt people hurt people. So people gonna say things to try to get you out your body. But it's up to you to determine how you want to react to it. It only gets serious if somebody put a hand on you. Then that's when you do something. But if it's just words, it's just words. Words don't mean a thing. That's just emotions. That's all it is. So, people, a lot of people, suffer from controlling they shit, controlling their emotions. This is why we have something called emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is being able to deal with your emotions. Okay, so today I'm depressed. The intelligence in that is to change the way I feel by doing something about it. Not me just staying in that feeling. That's emotional intelligence. Or something bad happens today. I missed out on something that could have helped me in this case. If I stay in that mindset and don't change it, then that's me not understanding how to have self-control. But if I find something happy or find something good even in the bad, then that's emotional intelligence. That's what it is. So you controlling your emotions and you're finding intelligence out of it. Okay, so what can I find that's something worth knowledge out of this? What can I? That's emotional intelligence. And a lot of people don't know how to do that because a lot of people just, you know, don't know how to deal with the emotions. They don't know how to deal with it. So they just let shit run wild. You know, and that's just what it is for people. Right? Because when people say things to you that's negative and you vibrant high, that's because they're what they would call leechers. Some would call them energy vampires, but I would, in a sense, call them leechers. So they leeches, right? They leech. They try to leech onto your energy and drain your energy, right? So that means they some shit that's not organic nor is natural, because your job as a person is to be at your highest self. You're supposed to vibrate high. But if you got somebody that want to lower your energy and want to drain your energy, then that means they against you. That means they don't rock with you like you think. Right? See, when you looking into energy, they say energy, it moves in emotion. Right? They say if the energy is moving at a shorter length, or not as a shorter length, but the energy is not producing as functional as it's supposed to, that will be a low frequency. But if the energy is producing functionally and all the wavelengths is functioning properly at the same basis, then that's a high frequency, right? So someone that's vibing at a low frequency, a low wavelength, that see you vibing at a higher wavelength, right? They gonna try to get you to be back on their frequency. So they gonna try to get you off your frequency to get you on their frequency, right? And then when you get on their frequency, this is when they gonna be able to control you, right? Because you on they shit, right? So this why motherfuckers say shit to you. When you on their frequency, you gonna react to it because you on their frequency. But if you on your own and you vibing on your high vibrational shit, they're not gonna fuck with you. What they say is not gonna get to you because you too advanced, right? So you have to pay attention to shit like that, cause all that shit matters. Now a lot of people just don't know. They just don't know how to control their shit, and this be the problem. Like you have people that only are nice people when they got something, right? You know, when you do something for people, that's the only time they happy and they appreciative of others around them because they do something for them. See that's a low frequency. That's not a high frequency, right? Because gratitude is something that you use, right? Uh, because the universe may want to bless you in certain ways because of the work you're doing spiritually. You helping others, you helping yourself, you're developing. Right? But if you just want to be a person that just want to take from others and you don't give nothing back, then you're not vibing in the right state of frequency. You ain't vibing right because you're supposed to give without wanting anything back. You're supposed to be willing to give because this is what we are designed to be, givers. Givers in the form of knowledge or any other way. How it's supposed to be. But some people just want everything to be given to them and they don't give nothing back to nobody else. You know, and that's how it is for certain people. Alright? That all ties back into what we talk about, you know, elements and your zodiac sign and shit, you know. You don't balance it and you don't do nothing with it, you can tend to be uh, a threat to not only yourself, but a threat to those who are around you. And some people may not want to be around you because of the way you act and by the shit you do. Alright, so you gotta learn your element, balance it, learn the power of it, learn what to do with it. Alright, so that being said, the silent, the big bad boom. I'm gonna get out of here. Uh, like I said, I'm gonna have some more knowledge, some more information I'm gonna drop from whatever comes in my mind and whatever I'm studying more of. So, that being said, it's Bam Boom Silent. Peace.